All right, welcome to our Ayurvedic video series, part 3. Today we meet in the bathroom. All right, so we're going to get to go over a lifestyle practice today, which is going to be super fun. The first thing I wanted to mention before we go into our fun practice is we talked a lot about the doshas, learning about what's going to be the most balancing depending on which doshas are out of balance. If you want to learn specifically about your constitution, what the percentages of the doshas are within you, as well as what's out of balance, send me an email, katiechambomassage@gmail.com, and I'd happy to get you scheduled for a consult, and I can help you get those numbers figured out. If you do know what your dosha is, great, or what's out of balance, and then you can know which practices are going to be a great choice for you, or which oils to use, and we're going to go over some of that today. One other thing I wanted to mention to kind of add on to our Vata Pitta Kapha talk from video 2 was kind of our lifetime lessons for each dosha. I love this. So for Vata, kind of a general life lesson for Vata is about self-care and trusting of the self. For Pitta, learning to embrace imperfection in the self, self-love, self-acceptance. And for Kapha, it's about embracing change, learning to embrace impermanence, and learning to let go. So that could be a helpful thing for you to look at with what your dominant dosha is. And then one other thing is, before we go into our lifestyle practices, to think about that I really liked learning about or hearing: medicine is temporary, lifestyle is eternal. Sometimes I forget that when I'm not feeling well. I just want to take tinctures and feel better. I just want to take supplements and feel better. And I forget how much our lifestyle practices can make a difference. How much just going to bed earlier can help, and getting enough sleep. Just that one thing of getting enough sleep, huge significant changes can come from that. And just keeping that in mind. And also remembering, as we go into a series of lifestyle practice videos, is that lifestyle practices can penetrate the deepest nature of our consciousness and bring up our attachments to our way of life. So lifestyle changes can be challenging. So be patient, and one thing at a time. So don't try to dive in and do all the practices in the first week you're doing this. Pittas will try to do that. Choose one thing. In order for changes to really last, if you dive into everything at once, you might do everything for a few weeks, and then it's going to feel like too much, and you'll probably stop everything. So choose one thing that might resonate with you to practice, and work on that for a week or a couple of weeks before you add on another thing. And once you learn about all the different practices, you'll be able to choose, like, hey, I have 30 minutes extra this morning. What is going to be the most beneficial to me? Versus, I don't have 3 hours to do all these things this morning. I think in our day and age, it's about finding and learning, what do I need today? Maybe I just need to sit silently for 5 minutes before I start my day. Maybe I can do Abhyanga. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Self-oil massage. So there's a lot of different oils you can use. Abhyanga is the Sanskrit word for self-oil massage. Depending on your constitution, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, you're going to want to choose a different oil. So if you're more hot-natured, you can choose a Pitta oil. So a great oil for Pitta is going to be a coconut. You always want to find an organic oil, good quality oil. So coconut oil would be a great choice for Pitta. Sunflower is also a good oil for Pitta dosha. So finding an organic sunflower oil. For Vata, you want an oil that's more warming and heavy. So sesame oil is going to be a great one for Vata. Almond oil is also a great choice for Vata. And for Kapha dosha, you'll want to choose something like safflower or mustard oil, so lighter heating oils. Kapha dosha can also do no oil. So you can also just do this without oil for the Kapha dosha, and you'll get a lot of benefit even without the oil, just really getting everything moving. So some of the benefits of doing the Abhyanga. So by doing this practice, it builds ojas. So ojas in our body are these factors that stabilize our body and our mind. They help to, it's kind of like our vitality or our chi. So ojas helps the immune system. So by building ojas, our immune system is going to become stronger, and this is going to help to prevent disease. We're going to help to stabilize the mind, reducing emotional fluctuations, increasing our overall contentment. This is also a great practice to help our muscles and our joints. So especially if you have a lot of aches and pains, if your joints are achy, adding in a daily Abhyanga practice can help your joints and your muscles so much. And one more benefit from this is our self-touch, self-love, really giving ourselves that nurturing energy to increase our self-esteem. All right. So when you go to do your practice, you might read things in different Ayurvedic texts about how long to do the practice, when to do the practice. I'm definitely of the really modern age Ayurvedic mindset where it's like, what's going to work for you right now? Ideally, the morning is a great time to do this practice if you can. And if you have 5 minutes, do it for 5 minutes. I really think that something is better than nothing. So if you're attached to, I only am going to do Abhyanga if I have 25 minutes to dedicate to the whole practice, you might not do it very often. If you can, great. But if you have 5 minutes to do the oil massage, maybe 5 minutes to leave it on, and then time to wash it off in the shower, that's great too. So do what's going to work for you on that day, and it might change on the weekday or on the weekend or when you're really feeling like your body needs it. I know when I'm feeling like really dry and itchy, I'm like, I need Abhyanga. Or if I'm feeling really spacey, ungrounded, bloated, tummy ache, I feel like this practice is really helpful for me. Or if I'm sick, just feeling off. So the first thing you're going to want to do is warm your oil, and I put hot water in the sink before I turned the video on, so the sink was filled with hot water, and I just stuck my bottle of oil that I was going to use in the sink, and it's been in there. The water's still warm. It's been in there about 15-20 minutes, and that's an easy way to warm up your oil. You can also find a crock pot and keep it in your bathroom. You can turn it on. Warm the water up, stick your bottle of oil right in the crock pot, with however much water you want to put in the crock pot to warm up that oil. The other oils I had over here from Banyan Botanicals, they have really great quality Ayurvedic products. They have specific dosha oils. So this is a Vata massage oil. You can get Vata, Pitta, Kapha specific massage oil with specific herbs in them for those doshas. So this one is the Vata. There's also a daily massage oil, which smells amazing. That is good for all 3 doshas. And the other oil I had here was the Neem Oil, which is, if you have Neem Oil or you want to get it, Neem Oil is a wonderful oil for Pitta. It's a cooling oil that's very great for Pitta type skin. So if you get a lot of red skin, aggravated skin, rashes, rosacea, things like that, the neem can be really lovely and helpful for that. And this is neem mixed with sesame oil there. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a demo of how to do the Abhyanga. So I'm going to get my oil bottle out of the sink, and I'm going to be using the organic sunflower today. Sunflower is a pretty neutral oil, and it works well for all doshas without causing an imbalance. This is the oil I use in my massage practice because it works for most people. I tend to be high pitta, so I like sunflower personally. As a more hot-natured person in general, sometimes using the more heating oils can aggravate my pitta, and I get kind of irritated from it. Okay, so I'm gonna lift up my shirt so you guys can see the tummy massage as well, which is a really important part of the massage. So if you are more out of balance in vata or pitta, it is a great idea to start at the top, ahead, and end down at the feet. So if you are more, so that's more grounding, if you're trying to bring that grounded energy. If you're trying to bring more energizing, start at the feet, up to the head. So for Kapha, start down and end at the top. All right, so I'm gonna start, what am I feeling today? I'm gonna start at the top and go down to the feet. I'm not gonna do my scalp right now, but for the demo, I'm gonna leave that out. But for you guys, if you want, the scalp is wonderful. So you can put the oil on your fingers, go right under, you can go under your hair, can rub all around your scalp and get that oil into your scalp there. So just spend a few minutes doing that on your scalp. And for the video's purposes, I'm going to go through things in a timely manner, but when you do this, feel free to spend, as much time as you want to do this. Maybe a minimum of 5 minutes. And up to 15 or 20 minutes can be a really nice meditative practice. And I'm standing so you guys can see what I'm doing, but feel free to get a sheet or a towel, place it on the ground, and and sit down and lie down and get really comfortable. And so you can also do your whole body. I have clothes on for you guys, but women, do your breasts. That's a really important part of the massage. Get all around the hips as well. So you're going to get some of your oil, put it in your hands, and then go ahead and you're going to rub it all around on the face, all down the neck, and choose areas to focus on that, if you're having issues, spend more time there. I have been having some sinus issues this past week, so I'm going to focus a little bit right here under the ears, issues particularly with the ears. So you can focus on that area where the pain was. And you don't need to have a lot of pressure. The jaw, if you're having jaw pain, spend some time moving from the ear down the jawline. And use the amount of pressure that, feels good. Yeah. And you can do your ears as well. There's a lot of great points, acupressure points on the ears. Just give those a rub and a pull. And if you are having more, sinus issues, you can focus around this area on the face or across the forehead, right underneath the front of the neck. You can get around to the back of the neck. And then when you move on to your arms and your legs, so you're going to do long, it's kind of friction massage. So long strokes all around the arm, the upper arm. And then I'm going to do circles when I get to my shoulder. So I'm doing circles on the joints. So again, up to you, pressure-wise, but it doesn't have to be deep. You're trying to get that oil into your skin. And then you're going to do some circles on the elbows. And circles on, or long strokes on the forearms. So if you are having issues with the shoulders or the elbows, spend more time there. The wrists, you can do some circles around the wrists. Take deep breaths while you're doing this. And you can spend time on the fingers, especially if there's any kind of arthritis, just kind of pulling on each finger, rubbing circles around the fingers, go through each joint. You can spend time doing circles on the joints of each finger. And the thumb, if there's issues, I know a lot of people have issues with the arthritis through that thumb joint or that tendonitis there. You can spend some time doing some friction massage there. Just gentle. And then you'll do the other arm. So long strokes on that arm, circles on the shoulders, circles on the elbows. And the amount of oil, so for Vata, you want to use a lot of oil, most oil for Vata. So especially, you'll know, like if you're very dry, your skin will just want it, will soak it up. So get a lot of oil, make a mess. Cover yourself in oil if you can. Circles. So for Pitta, you can use a little less, so kind of a medium amount of oil for Pitta. You can do circles around the wrists. And again, feel free to take your time on any of those joints that are bothering you. You can do little kind of circles around the fingers or pull on the fingers a little bit. Okay, and then you can go through all over the chest. You can do circles around the breast, massaging through the breasts. You can reach in for your upper back, some strokes around the upper back. And when you get to your belly, you're going to want to do, I always forget, it's clockwise, yeah. So you're going to want to go with the direction of your digestion. So you're going to start down on your right side and up and around. So circular movements. If you have more issues with, if you're currently having diarrhea, loose stools, you can kind of, you can let the tummy massage pass or just do it really gently. You can do kind of some petrissage type movements back and forth. If you're lying, tummy massage can be really nice lying down on your back. So you can lie down on your back, use your fingertips stacked one on top of the other, and then just make some circular movements all around the belly button. That's great spots for Pitta, all around that outer band, large intestines area. Spend some time here. If you notice it's sensitive, I think the stomach massage is one of the most important parts. If you find some tender spots, you can focus there. So spend as much time as you want on the belly. And then you can get the hips, circles on the hips, down into the low back, some friction strokes on the low back. Maybe focus some more circular attention on the hips if there's some issues there. And then we'll go to the legs. So same thing as the arms. So long strokes on the legs. And so again, I'm standing for you guys, but you can also be sitting down to have this be a little bit more meditative and relaxing. And you can do circles on the knees. Good place to spend some time if there's some knee issues. Can make, take your tips of your fingers and do circles on the outsides of your knee on those joints. And keep getting more oil when you need it. You can do long strokes on the lower part of the leg. We'll go ahead and do the other leg before we get to the feet. So switching legs, long strokes on the upper leg here. Doing that friction movement. And then you can do the knee. Taking your time with that knee. Circling around on the joints. And get that lower leg. Nice long strokes. And you'd be amazed how well this practice works, how helpful this is. You might just notice it in your muscles or your joints. You might notice flexibility increasing or just having a little bit more overall contentment. And then when we get to our feet, let's go ahead and Sitting down obviously is going to be more relaxing for you, but you can sit down and then just do some massaging of the feet. So back and forth. You can go to the bottom of the foot with some friction strokes. And you can do the toes here. Same thing like the fingers, little circles on the toes. You can pull on the toes. Spend some extra time on your feet if your feet get sore. You can do this with partner as well. You guys can do the Abhyanga for each other. You can do circles around the ankle joint. And make sure you get both feet. So, getting that top and bottom. Especially for Vata, there's a big Vata issue. The feet are a really important part. So for Vata, sesame oil on the feet can be very, very helpful if there's that extreme coldness, sleep problems, anxiety. And the feet before bed is a good Vata thing. So getting the toes, spending as much time as you'd like on the feet. And then feel free to go back to any parts that you feel like want a little extra. When you feel complete with your massage, ideally it's great to leave the oil on for just a little bit of time, or however long you can. You can put the oil on, and then if you did that in the morning, you might sit and do your meditation for a few minutes next. If you're needing to get ready for your day, sometimes I like to put my oil on and go start getting breakfast ready. Get breakfast ready, make my tea, get things going. Leave the oil on for 10, 20 minutes, and then hop in the shower. Also, if you're going to do another practice like neti or oil pulling, you could do that while your oil's on your body. When you get in the shower, just be sure not to put soap all over your body, all the places you just oiled. So, soap under your armpits, soap all your parts that need soaping, but leave just rinse with water on all the other parts that you had oil on. And then, if you're not wanting to get your hair oily, you don't have to do your head every single time or your scalp. Choose the times that you're gonna oil your scalp, where you feel like you're gonna be okay with having oil in your hair for the day, or you're gonna wash your hair that day. So again, it's not an all or nothing thing. Don't feel like I'm only gonna do it if I can do everything, but doing it in a way that's gonna work for you on that day. All right, katiechambomassage@gmail.com. Email me if you have any questions. All right, see you soon.